Hello there, welcome to episode 100 of The Daily Shed. I can hardly believe it myself. Thank you so much for watching these episodes as you have. It's been a pretty wild ride for me so far, coming up with things, and I still have 1,000 more ideas. So I'm going to keep on going. As always, please let me know any suggestions you might have, stuff you might want to hear me do. You can just email dailyshed@darylshawn.com. Or just leave a message here on Facebook or on YouTube. Just anytime, I love to hear suggestions. Today I'm going to cover something I've wanted to do for a while, which is walking bass. And this is for fingerstyle. You can adapt it for pick style certainly, but it's best for fingerstyle. Here's the basic concept. It's basically using a bass line, in this case this very simple bass line like this, and throwing in some chord tones. So this is a very, very common progression. You've got your G here. This is basically a way to spice it up if you're sitting on G for a while. You can go through this while someone else is sitting on G. Play that bass line. And to throw it in there, to really spice it up, you add some chord tones. It's just the third and the fifth of the chord. So what I do here is, for a major chord, and today I'm just going to show you on the first string with your bass note on your first string, low E string, chord notes are like this. So for the major chord, you've got your root, third fret on the E string. You got your third on the fourth fret of the G string, fifth on the third fret of the B string, like that. So imagine a whole G bar chord, but just using the E string, G string, B string. Okay, so you start with that, then let go of the outer fingers, play on the fifth fret of the E string, and go to the seventh fret. Now you're going to form the minor chord that's there. And for the minor chord, it's all on the seventh fret. So E string, seventh fret, G string, seventh fret, B string, seventh fret. And I'll show you actually just with these three notes first. What I'm doing is plucking the bass note first and the chord. You could play them both at the same time, like that, but it's a little jazzier and a little more life to it when you pluck the bass note first, then the chord tones. You can also do it after every chord. The second chord, in a major scale, the second chord is minor. So in this case, it's minor. You form the minor shape. So it's fifth fret, fifth fret. Like that. Okay. I'm going to show you all the way up to the five. So. Okay. So start with your major, then the bass note. Then the third, minor, the four. You're on the 8th fret now, and the 5th fret for the major. So you got 10th fret on the E string, 11th fret on the G string, 10th fret on the B string. Then bass note on the 8th fret, then your minor on the 7th fret. Bass note on the 5th fret, back to your original chord on the 3rd. So the whole thing is like this. Very nice and jazzy. And that's really if you're just riding over one chord like that. If you wanted to do progression, like say you wanted to go G to C to D, so you just figure out where you want your bass notes to be and where you want your chord tones to come. So I myself would do like this. So the G, I'll play that first fret, minor, and I'll go up to, well actually first I'll figure out the bass line. So I'm over this G, C, D, C, G. I think my bass line would go like G, C, D, C, G, like that. under. Then after every one of those bass notes, then I put the chord tones. So in the C, and the bass note, then the D, which is major, then the bass note, then the C, which is major, and the A, and then back to the G. So in this case, actually, if I wanted to do the chords on the third, so I want to do the chords every time, do major, and a B, minor, C, up to E, which is minor, D, B minor, C major, A minor, G. So once your fingers get used to, and I use my pinky and my ring finger up here, I find it easy to switch them between. Once they get used to it, switching between major and minor becomes really easy. So it helps to know the chord scale, which is that the chord scale is that going up the major scale, the first chord is always major, the second chord is minor, and I'm in the key of G, so G major, A minor, B is minor, the fourth one, C is major, fifth one is also major. So major, minor, minor, major, major, going back down, major, major, minor, minor, major, like that. So again, you figure out your bass line, then you add your chord tones above as you want. Or like this, I like doing it again with the chord tones after it. I'm doing it pretty fast, but the main thing is just to get used to the chord tones, to having the bass note, your chord tones above it. Either major or minor, depending which chord you need to play. So I'll do that again a little slower. And again, I like doing it, hitting the chord tones after the bass note. So if this is useful to you, again, thank you so much for watching these, all 100 episodes so far. I've got a whole bunch more coming at you, and I always appreciate your suggestions. That really helps me a lot decide what I should do on any given day. But it's been 100 so far, and it's been super fun. I'm going to keep on doing it as often as I can. Thanks so much for watching and for all your support. Really appreciate it. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope this is useful.